The law was later expanded to include patients with terminal conditions and allow more potent strains.
Wow.
John
All right,
Morgan,
guys,
the
we are
Orlando
back.
trial lawyer who largely
We are back.
We're back.
Yeah, where am I? I'm standing at Gibby's Curb in Gibby's Grub, having an ice cream.
Gibby's Grub having an ice cream, and we have no idea where Gibby's Grub is. Is that in North Carolina or South Carolina?
It's in Paisley, Ontario.
Okay, you're going to have to be more specific than that.
Paisley, Ontario.
Okay, that sounds to me like... Is that a shirt?
A what?
A shirt.
A shirt.
Yeah, Paisley. You know, Paisley pattern.
No, it's...
it was the old hippie stuff, right?
It's about 15 minutes from Port Elgin.
Okay, Port Elgin. Okay, you got to be more specific than that.
There goes Mike from the Smoker Guys. Another box of stuff.
Like, where's that in relation to Owen Sound? Or
about 45 minutes.
Okay, now we're talking.
Yeah, I'm near the Bruce nuclear plant.
Oh, okay. That explains the glow.
I'm being irradiated as we speak. Yes.
Well, at least there's no mold on you.
Did you make it outside yet? Is it 4:20 yet, guys? I can't see my clock.
Oh, Jesus, I didn't think about that. It is 4:20 right now, exactly.
There you go. So I'll cheers with my ice cream.
So happy 4:20, everybody.
Happy 4:20, whoever just left or came in.
Please tip a J.
J.
A J, yeah.
J.
We still call them J's. We still call them J's, don't we?
Oh, cool.
I don't know.
Water fountain that allows you to fill up your water bottle.
I do, but then I'm old.
Oh, really? Al? That's kind of cool, eh?
Yeah.
What's that?
How hygienic?
It allows you to, you got your water fountain in front of you, and on the wall they have a spot where you can put your water bottle, refill it.
Oh, well, that's good for the environment.
So
no more plastic islands in the middle of the Pacific, right?
Yeah, reduce them anyways.
Yeah, slightly smaller islands.
Yep. Well, okay, we are headed outside. We're going to celebrate the 420. Actually, we just missed that 420, but we will still celebrate it anyways. As soon as we reach the third escalator. Okay, hang on.
Oh God! How many escalators?
3.
Wow. Man.
420 of them. Actually, you know what 420 means at the Lift Expo? That's the cost of a share. Sorry.
There goes our pass for next year.
You don't need a pass. You just need $25. Oh wait, that gets you a pass.
It's $25 to get in this year?
I thought it was. I could be wrong. Maybe that was just what Deb paid yesterday. I don't know.
I didn't look.
Didn't look.
No. It's been a busy 3 months, dude.
Yeah, I imagine.
It's been really busy.
So as we are on the air, I think. Maybe not. Let's find out, shall we?
Sure.
We appear to be live at Spreaker.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, wait, that's
we're live.
Yep.
Then we are live. If it says we are, we must be.
Yep.
And we just talk butterflies, having a conversation with somebody you might know, lawyer Alan Young.
Oh, yes?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, get him.
He's here with his family members.
Let me make sure I'm online before you go and speak to him, please.
Yeah, yeah. If we run into him on the floor. Okay.
Yes, we are. We are live. It looks like.
Yeah, good. We got one more. We're just getting ready to go up our third set of escalators. You know, this floor up here, this second floor, is awesome. Look at a giant sea turtle and frog. In what's this, marble? Oh, she's going to switch sides.
Like a real sea turtle?
Yeah. It's artwork on the floor.
Oh, it's artwork. Okay.
A mosaic.
Mosaic, Aaron says.
Mosaic. Wow.
In the stones. In the stones.
And now they won't let anybody walk on it, right?
No, you can walk.
While you're in the basement.
You're all good, man. It's all good. You can walk on it. Okay, we're
It's all good, man.
We're heading up our third escalator.
Ow.
All right.
The journey to the top.
To the top, not to the bottom, at least.
Yeah, this is why I can understand why we found the back door. We went out the shipping entrance.
I love Chapman's ice cream.
Do you?
Just saying.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I think I like anything Haagen-Dazs like.
No problem.
I'm getting quite a few compliments from you, about you guys' humor.
Good. Yeah, okay. Okay, guys, we're going outside. It looks sunny here.
Sunny?
Hey, how you doing? I seen you displayed. Yeah, we are.
We're on a canvas. We're on a canvas.ca. Don't forget.
Nice display. Might see you later. Just coming in. He must be coming in for medicating. I can smell some cannabis on him.
Who was that?
Don't tell anybody, Al.
Look at all the people out here.
How many people do you figure are there?
Here? Oh, the thing itself, thousands, man. Thousands.
Wow.
It's busy down there. It's busy down there.
Hmm.
I don't think we're going to find a bench open. Maybe. Yeah,
So-
you think this guy here will move over for us?
You got to figure most of the people there are there for.
Okay, we get down to the bottom here. Yeah,
Right.
we're in this downtown, looking up at the tall buildings. Oh, somebody's already on that. Oh no, there's room on the end there. Let's see. Trying to find.
We are live, by the way.
Yeah, are we?
It took
Oh,
me
yes,
a minute to log in. It took me a minute to log in. I'll ask Butterfly if she can get a picture of that turtle for me.
Room for two. Room for two. Oh, look at that! No, he's giving up the bench for us. Okay. Look at that. There, go grab your cigarette. Is that your cigarette? Someone's cigarette? There you go. Oh boy. Everybody on the radio gets to hear me moan.
as Al Graham narrates his life.
Yeah. I'm sitting down here. I can see. I'm sitting in a little parkette, and I can look up and I can see the TD Bank Tower. Oh, here comes a joint. Citibank, CIBC, BMO. Oh, there's a Delta.
Yeah. Well, that was, Sarah Sunday's post.
Sarah Sunday's post.
Not talk to that about Alan Young, what I just saw.
Yeah.
Al,
Which one?
Mr. Gray up. Was choking, I guess.
Yeah, I guess
You
he
should,
is.
if Butterfly can hear
They
me,
look
can
good.
you guys get a picture of that turtle for me?
Sure, I'll give it a try.
That'd be awesome. I'm a turtle lover, a turtle freak, actually. I collect them. And it took me a minute to log in to get to ask you to grab a shot of that for me, will you?
Sure.
What's that? Yeah,
I
these
shall
are
try
fresh
my
cuts.
best.
All right. Back to work.
Back to work. Oh,
Stop,
smokes.
Back to work.
This little parkette here. He's got
My
brick.
ice cream break is over.
Is it good? What flavor
Get
is
back
that?
to work.
Yep, that's what we're doing. We'll go
Turn
back to
those
work.
knobs.
Yep.
Slide
What
those.
flavor?
So you're standing in a park now, Al?
I'm sitting on a bench in the parkette downtown Toronto,
Flowers.
and the interlock. Oh, it's good. Butterfly.
Oh, no.
And there's interlocking brick that are doing form this walkway around the gardens, and it's got people's names engraved in it. My idea what?
I think they have weights in them, so I want to say they're babies, but I'm not sure. I mean, the ones we talk, I'm not sure.
Is it like the Walk of Fame or something like that?
Oh, they're like factory bricks for house bricks, regular bricks that have
People who donated.
stencil names. Maybe donations.
Yeah, probably donators. I've seen those in the hospitals before. Where
Yeah.
you buy a brick and you make it. When you buy that brick, it's a donation. And
You
then
know what I've never
I see
seen
a butterfly.
still?
You do.
What I've never seen still, and I grew up in Toronto, is the Walk of Fame.
Oh, it's lovely. It's near most of the theaters, near the Ed Mirvish. Down on King Street
down
West.
at Mervis Land there, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. There's a few special people. Oh, God. Try sit back and relax and maybe take a picture of the lovely plants in front of us. But yeah, this is a beautiful day out here in Toronto, and we're away from the doors, 9 meters, which is by law.
And we're sitting on the same bench as the guys from Danker.ca.
I will be right back, folks.
And we're right next to the Ripley's Aquarium.
The old days when had the whole row of the restaurants there. They have Alex there. It's all the.
I didn't get all that. Ross, did you hear?
Pardon me. I'm sorry.
Did you catch that from Kim?
I was just
out.
texting Tamara. So
Yeah, no, Kim's cutting in and out. You can't hear her very well.
All right.
Sorry, Kim said what?
I don't know. Waiting for her to see.
I think no, she's cutting out. I don't think she's. I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We'll know
She's
when
muted now.
Okay. We'll know when she's here. When we're here. We're down here with the birds.
Now, did you notice that we got a few of the Blue Jays fans at our event today? Because there's a Blue Jays game on, and I saw a lot of people wearing their jerseys down inside the Expo.
There's a whole pile of them going on the sidewalk right now beside us.
It's kind of unfortunate. There's lots of children, which, we're not supposed to smoke in front of, but if they, come beside us, we can't really help it. So a lot of kids go to the Blue Jays games. And to be quite honest, the relocation of this event to the South Building will help with those parental issues and their kids being surrounded by the smoke of cannabis. Because our last event, the Treating Yourself Expos and the other expos that have been held here were in the North Building, which has a lot of pedestrian access going to the Blue Jays games along that small sidewalk. So they would walk right through our cannabis smoke. And, you felt a little uncomfortable exhaling and suddenly seeing a stroller go by in the puff of smoke you just exhaled. So this is kind of nicer. And we've got a pretty park.
We're in a park, with benches all the way around, and everybody's sitting on the benches smoking doobs.
But sometimes they don't want that cannabis anywhere near their kids. So.
And the only way they'll get any smoke is if it's the way the wind blows.
I can't control that, as I've stated in past.
That was problematic last year when we were out front with the people that were going to the Blue Jays games. They did not like the fact that we were consuming out there and they was near them.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, we're a little separated here with this parkette. They're here. I can see them. But they're kind of steering away from us because they can. They have another option to walk a different area.
I don't particularly care for Blue Jays jerseys that much, so I don't like it when they get too close to me. Just a different point of view. I mean, everybody's got their point of view, right?
Correct, exactly.
Well, I mean, the majority of them seem to have a problem with cannabis consumers, so it's not surprising that a lot of cannabis consumers aren't fans of those.
That'd probably be that cup of beer in their hand in the stadium.
Yeah, that has a lot to do with it. That's right.
Yeah. Although, if I was going to a Blue Jays game, honestly, I'd want to smoke one before I went and not drink. So that's probably what some of them are doing.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I know I would be. would be consuming. There'd be no want to. I would be.
What else?
Yeah.
Geez, this sitting down must be some type of news concept.
It is, yeah. It's a nice,
I wanted to ask that when you guys were talking to the vapor guy. I was going to say, how come you don't have chairs for?
There's some. Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It is a different setup. It's a remake of the way it's done, and it's. There's more. vaporizers and tests in there. That's for sure. But yeah, it'd be nice to sit down.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Yeah, well, I mean, majority of the consumers testing those vaporizers supposed by patients, right? I mean, I know for me, I wouldn't make it today without a chair in that place. There's no way.
Yeah, that's why we came outside.
I wouldn't be happy right now from what you're describing, Al.
Oh,
yeah, me neither. I wouldn't make it. I'd be crying on my feet, I think, by now.
Yeah, there's no public seating. You know how Marco had the public seating spots just in the middle of the aisle. There's a hole there. Put in a couch and a planter.
You gonna bring your box?
Yeah, it's different. This is not the same marketplace, and we're going towards rec, the legalization. So they know that their marketplace is not necessarily going to be all medical anymore, and they're marketing to them, their companies, and they're not here for the medical. They are here for the medical side. There's many discussions about it, but a lot of these companies see what's coming forward, which is full legalization.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it's almost an oxymoron, right? Because they're gearing everything towards the rec, yet they're not enabling, rec businesses to thrive.
Of course, they're coming.
Still doing the rec, going after the raids, still arresting.
Stay up front here, okay?
All of that kind of
stuff.
Did
you guys eat?
But they're marketing.
You had ice cream and you ate and everything.
Al Rap.
Al Rap. Who ate?
Okay,
sorry.
Now, Al Rap.
Were those questions directed at Ross? Did you want to know if Ross had?
No, I was asking David if he was hungry. That's all.
No, it's just Al Rap now is narrating his life too.
Yes, I'm narrating his life. All right, go back to it. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. But we're just enjoying the time sitting out here.
Yeah, but it is a whole different thing. Recreation.
Oh, the whole, yeah.
You know, if you read the Cannabis Act legislation, which I've done, there are opportunities that are listed in there, very vaguely, mind you. It's in bullet points of permits that will be available under the Cannabis Act.
Yeah.
And a lot of the permits aren't necessarily for growing.
No,
okay?
Exactly.
It's not all about getting a license to be a licensed producer. You could buy from a licensed producer, whether they're big or small or craft or whatever they come up with, and then take that product and process it into other products and sell those. You can also get a permit to be a distributor. In other words, you would buy wholesale cannabis from a licensed producer, whatever size they are, and then package it and market it, and just have a permit just to package and market cannabis. So you see, there's you can have another permit that allows you to just grow plants to sell cuttings and seeds.
Correct. To be a producer of those items for people who are growing at home.
Well, for the rec market, the medical market.
Correct. Yeah.
All sorts of businesses are going to be available, and that's great for the future. But we've already got those available now in craft businesses that are being arrested and popped and raided left, right, and center. And then we've got an expo like this that is preaching to all of these people saying, come and open a business because this is where it's at. Well, people do it and then they get arrested.
Well, that's because they're jumping the gun, though. Kim, they're jumping the gun. I mean, I don't think anybody should ever go to jail for a plant. Okay, let's get that right up front. But if you go ad hoc, you jump the gun. You try to push the issue by breaking the law. Understand, you're breaking the law, and you know they've said the law is the law, and they're going to enforce the law and all that stuff. So if you go into this business with the understanding that you're actually not within the law, then there's a good chance that you're going to be arrested and prosecuted or whatever, rightly or wrongly. That's just the way it is. So if that happens to you, what you're doing is you're ruining your future for the Cannabis Act. And I'm not trying to discourage anybody or tell anybody what to do or what not to do. I think that people do need to push the envelope and to try to make change. But understand that when you're doing that, you could be ruining your future for any business potential that comes under the Cannabis Act. Because if you have convictions, just like under the new medical program, if you have prior convictions over the past 10 years, you can't participate. And I can see that being a part of the Cannabis Act too.
Yeah.
In fact, I know it's going to be a part.
Yeah, I get all that. I just find it ironic that we have expos telling people go into business that you're going to wind up possibly getting jailed for or arrested for if you do it before the next 12 months. But these expos have been ongoing for years, and legalization has only been on the forefront for 12 months.
But Kim, that's not really what LIFT is about. LIFT is about going into business, but doing it legally. Right? It's not about opening a dispensary. How many people there are advocating opening a dispensary right now in Toronto or Hamilton or wherever? None of them. You won't find one person in that LIFT, in any booth at the LIFT Expo saying, start your dispensary now.
No, I get that. I get that. But there's all these products are available for people to grab to start a business right now for sure. And we got marketed.
Sorry, go ahead.
We have a correction. Who's here?
Eden.
And Eden
isn't Eden a BC base, but Ontario branched out until Claudia dispensary?
I believe
dispensaries. I like it. Yeah, I've been there actually. I know of Eden. Very nice place.
Are they? They're at LIFT?
Yeah.
Yes, they're here.
Okay.
That's why.
But they're not dispensing anything there, right?
Business? No.
They're trying to sell franchises. Are they trying to franchise?
Build customer base.
Okay, so they're just looking for customers for the dispensary, right?
I'll have to go check, but I think that's the case.
Yeah.
Which I guess is fine because there's no law against soliciting customers.
But I'm sure they are not necessarily under the same regime as the LPs. As LPs are not allowed to advertise, they're not allowed to do a number of different marketing initiatives. So,
well, the thing about it is if they're a dispensary, they're not under any regime.
I know, it's great. They call it illegal, but really, it was called necessary under the law, with many people like Terry Parker Jr. going to court to ensure our rights.
Right.
Yeah,
that's right.
It made me very sad and depressed for a long time that dispensaries were being picked on because wait a minute, we fought for the rights for access to all patients. For all patients.
I remember a time when dispensaries were called Eddie on the 14th floor. Okay, so yeah, I mean, like there's always going to be somebody dispensing cannabis and doing it under the underground, or under the radar. And that's okay as long as you don't get caught, right?
There were rules. It was not the same as the dispensaries of old where you had to have membership and validation through doctor. No, it was you had to stay for at least 20 minutes, half an hour, so no one thought that Eddie was doing what he was doing. And you couldn't park certain places and the same thing. But yeah, you had certain rules with your... But what's very interesting is they had a seminar this morning. We missed it, unfortunately. That was about the difference between a licensed producer and a licensed dealer.
Yeah, licensed dealer.
It wasn't a pun.
No, it's not. But licensed dealer is just a testing lab, right?
Yeah.
Which is a funny name for a testing lab, in my opinion. Somebody who tests cannabis, we call them a dealer. I don't know if that's why they took that name.
Could a dealer be a distributor?
There is a class right now that you can apply for a license to be a licensed dealer under the ACMPR, and the licensed dealer just does testing. They test cannabis for THC.
They call it dealer.
Yeah, they call it a dealer.
We have to go see Bridget.
For some reason.
We have to go see. Yeah, we were talking to Bridget. She's with a research company.
PhD holder and has a company in testing.
PhD.
Yeah, and they're probably licensed dealers. It's easier to get a license as a dealer. You've got to have, the personnel with the education and the background and the letters after their name, and you got to have the facilities and all that stuff. Costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
But there's good money in it, and that's why it costs $100 to $200 to test samples, depending on what the sample is. It costs a lot of money because they had to put a lot of money into it.
Yes, and yes, they have a business plan and lots of different marketplaces that they're hopefully going to service. Because going forward, everything's going to have to be tested. And people have been told in these seminars, if you have a product, you should be testing. You should send it out to a lab and get feedback. Those were topicals and everything.
Yes, and those are other things that you can get permits for under the proposed Cannabis Act. Is you can be a baker who produces edibles. You can be someone who produces liquids, so like cannabis drinks.
Terpenes.
Yeah, well, no, you could put THC in it and drinks.
Talking about an actual drink.
Actual THC drinks, like that get you high.
That'll be all part of the food end of it all when they release that. Yeah.
And there'll be standards for all of that, and you'll only be allowed 30 milligrams per milliliter or whatever. There's going to be all standards set for it all.
Yeah, you have to watch it.
Several talks around.
You have to watch your nanograms.
Yeah.
Nanograms.
No, that's your blood level.
Blood level.
Well, I know that. Well, the reason I brought that up is because on our show on Wednesday, we had Colton Turner, and he's 17. And before his parents allowed him to go get his driver's license, they got a test. Comes up with 35 nanograms. The legal limit in Colorado is 5. So she said that he was automatically going to be over. And,
And that's why those tests will never hold up in court, at least not in this country. Down there, I don't know. All bets are off down south of the border. But up here, the first time somebody gets convicted for having more than 5 nanograms per milliliter, it's going to go to the Supreme Court and it's going to be struck down because there's no direct correlation between impairment and nanograms per milliliter.
I hope they pull me over because, I use cannabis suppositories every day. I take a capsule every morning. I consume for my pain every day with vaporization and with dabs. And then I've got my bongs that I use for pleasure. I'm going to be over no matter what.
You would probably test at 100 nanograms per milliliter, right? Which is way over. But are you impaired?
No.
Exactly. And there's your answer, right? So, and that's why it's never going to work.
The Karma cup to get me impaired.
I have some of those samples with me.
You know what? I've had 4 times in the past month where I've been too impaired to drive, and every time it was doing this damn crumble in the dab rig.
Right.
And it lasted for about 2 hours, and then I was fine.
I can tell you, Butterfly.
I've got to make a concerted effort to get impaired.
Yeah, you got to try really hard. Yeah,
it's true.
To have a home test kit. So try and see if you're over.
It's true. It's hard to get that maximum feel anymore because our tolerance levels and
it is
It's very true.
The way I determine if I'm too impaired on cannabis to drive or not is I stick my finger into my mouth, I pull it out, and if I feel a breeze, I'm good.
Wow. And it tells you which way the wind blows. Very, very proud.
Exactly.
Very practical that.
It's funny how there's always a breeze.
I've got to dig in. I got to dig in here. Oh, man. I got to dig into this bag for a minute. Can you hold the mic?
Yep. I've got the microphone.
Oh, he's dipping into his bag. Is he?
And we have a red-winged blackbird above us. I'm very pleased to announce. That's the bird you might hear singing in a moment.
Okay, well, they're poopers.
Downtown Toronto. I know that's what we were. Thank you. They're poopers. Oh, we have Tracy Curley joining us today. Hey, sweetheart.
Hello,
Tracy.
I
let you sit, but I needed. Oh. Hey, Tracy. That was coming from. Is that Kim or is that?
Yeah, that was Kim.
Kim is sweetheart. Here, take it.
Hello, Miss Cooper. I'm getting the headsets here. Can you hear her?
Hello, Miss Curley, and how are you enjoying Lyft?
Well, it's an experience. I'm lifted.
Oh, you're so diplomatic.
It's an experience.
Tell us how you really feel.
Well, I would like to call this the How Do They Placate Us Cup. So they've done enough so that we're not really, really angry, but not enough so that we're really, really happy either.
Uh-huh.
So that's kind of where we are.
We were talking about how it's really changed since the days of treating yourself cup, and it's become more less craft cannabis and more industry.
Oh my God! Even that horrible Champs Expo was better than this. But
yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
It's interesting listening to Suits talk about you while you're standing there. Like you're listening to all these people talk about how they're going to get patients and customers and all the marketing tricks and ways to get around the rules, and how to get the market. And I'm standing there thinking, well, hi, I'm the market.
Don't they call us clients?
Clients, yes.
Yeah.
Customers.
Yeah.
Dollar signs.
Right. There you go.
Yes.
One big way that they could probably, appeal to us a little bit better is to stop trying to poison us.
Well, it's the idea. One of the things that I had an issue with was, I have an issue with all these shows, is every time I see these banners that say first and only. I walked by a booth today that said it was the Toronto's first Amsterdam-like cafe. And I stood in front of them and said, no, you're not. And they knew that Kindred Cafe had existed. They just think that old bitches like me don't remember.
Yeah.
And I do.
Yeah. The newbies coming on the scene, they like to think that they're creating this whole thing that we know has existed for 20 years and more.
Oh, I'm laughing at the ones that are talking about how they can't sell at the show, so they're selling like the placebo or the unmedicated version. And I want to look at all of them and going like, idiots, keep a box under your table. Like, you can sell medicated here. We've done it for years. All of these ways that hey, patients came for access. They didn't get any here today.
But they're I mean, Lyft is obviously catering to the corporate crowd. I mean, and they're catering to the legal corporate crowd. So anything illegal or even slightly illegal is not going to be tolerated there, right?
Well, and it's ridiculous to me because it's like the black market, and I'm like, oh, you just mean the people that were in business before you,
right? Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
It's
just the language we choose to use. It's a language that Toronto Police Services chooses to use. When we say corporate cannabis, we're not saying that in a nice way either. The connotations we use when we say those words. So I just think it's interesting where, like I said, this is the one where they tried to placate us, but they're still not working with us.
No, they're not. They're not listening.
Right. And that's it. It's like, they're trying to somehow to figure out how to make us happy, but they're not listening to the answers to the questions they're getting. And whether that's because they want to keep everybody happy and, are they trying to be Sweden? So, don't rock the boat, you're in it. There's been lots of that within the industry over the years, but we also know that unless you rock the boat, we didn't change anything.
That's
sitting
true.
and waiting for the government to give us what we wanted, to give us the regulations we wanted, to give us all of those things. None of it happened without a fight. So if they're going to continue to follow the rules and let the government mandate how they run their businesses, there's going to be a lot of them declaring bankruptcy within the next 5 years.
You see, and that's part of it. I think when it comes to the government and their mandate, they're really not trying to please us. They're trying to please the people who don't use cannabis.
Exactly. And they're not trying to please the licensed producers either, because they're not making it easy for them. Like if I thought that they were getting like a free ride in this whole thing, I'd be a lot louder than I am. But the fact of the matter is that they're being strong-armed on the other side too.
Yeah. I've heard people say, you know what? We already have a free and fair system. All you need to have is $10 million and you're in.
Oh, no, because even $10 million won't get you in. You can ask those people now, because there were a lot of people that came in and thought, oh, we have the money. We're going to do it better than these dumb stoners. And they're still sitting 150 on the list waiting for their first inspection.
This is true. I guess what the bottom line is that, sure, it's free and fair access right now. You can get into the market too, but you got to have the money.
You need to have the money, and you need to know who to grease.
Yes,
that's really who it is.
Well,
like I'm gonna
grease
call
with
it
money,
straight
right?
out.
You use money to grease.
We're gonna call it straight out. Hey, they're not supposed to have advertising or endorsement deals, but Canopy Growth Corp has Snoop Dogg. Hey, wait, what company took the longest? So this is what, and Canopy Growth Corp, Canopy Growth Corp, or what they were then, Tweed, were 4 months from file to cultivation. Yep. They're the only, that is the shortest on record before or since. And so no wonder, no one need to question how they've managed to dominate the market, is because they've had control over it since the very beginning.
But they didn't dominate the market by selling cannabis.
No, I actually read the article recently that compared Canopy Growth Corp to Nike. And I went, no. Nike makes money wearing shoes.
Yes.
At this point, I'm more successful than all the licensed producers because I've actually made money selling weed.
Yeah. Well,
they haven't done that yet.
I think in
not a penny.
2015 or 2016, I'm not sure which it was. 2016, they did $70 million in sales. Okay, and out of that, they had a profit of about $7 million. So how do you get to be $1 billion corporation selling cannabis like that?
Actually, from what I've understood, is that if you actually look at their numbers they actually haven't made the dime from the actual cannabis. It's all been stocks.
It's all stock, and that's how they make their money. So investors have made them the Nike, not shoes,
no,
cannabis in this case, right?
Exactly.
It's all who in marketing. That's
yes,
the bottom line.
And it's been interesting watching people schmooze. And who they're talking to. I come to these shows, and I have come to all of these shows for years, to kind of give me an idea of where the market's going just by watching who's talking to who.
Yeah, the schmoozing part. I have trouble with the schmoozing part. I'm not very good at schmoozing with. Oh.
No, I'm not really good at it either.
Yeah. It depends on who I'm schmoozing with. I mean, if I'm schmoozing with other people like me, I can schmooze like anybody else, but I have trouble with the corporate schmooze.
Well, again, having issues with the first and the only and the biggest and all of those words that they're using to market themselves, whether they're true or not.
Right.
And I guess that's where I shouldn't be surprised at the world and its lack of truth in advertising, but I'm trying to have some standards here.
Yeah, and advertising something that they're not supposed to be doing. And of course, if they've got a booth at the Lift Expo and they've got a logo and they've got people wearing T-shirts with
and
logos,
they've got bags, they've got exhibit bags, and they've got coffee mugs, and they've got all kinds of great things.
Well, the regulations actually say you're not supposed to have those.
Oh, trust me, I know. I know, and I keep thinking, what I find interesting about it too is that they say they have all the regulations and all the rules, and we know that the licensed producers have broken them, but there's no ramifications for that.
Exactly.
There hasn't been even so much as a slap on the wrist.
And you can equate that to all the people who say, well, we've got this United Nations treaty that if we do this, we're going to break that treaty. And it's like, okay, fine, there's a treaty. But when they wrote that treaty and everybody signed on to it, there were no consequences for breaking it.
Yeah.
So
and really, what are they going to do? Go, okay, Canada, we're not going to be your friend anymore? Of course not.
Well, there's no penalty for breaking the treaty.
No.
So just do it. And that's what it's kind of like that with the LPs now. It's like they've signed on to this treaty, but they know they can break it whenever they feel like it.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's it's whether you're a white collar criminal or as Bill Blair talks about the black market criminal.
Yep.
So I mean, I'm more interested in seeing what's going to happen with some of the court challenges that I know are coming down the pipeline, charter challenges and as such that for access, because still, we look at there's flaws within the ACMPR program now that are being found out because the wait list is now growing exponentially. Mm-hmm. And we've also got flaws in the MMPR program because we still have patients without access just because of cost prohibition. So dispensaries aren't done yet.
Well, absolutely
so we've still got some more to fight.
Absolutely. The LPs have proven that they cannot supply patients with access. I have a list of clients that go without access because LPs don't have product available for them to purchase. So that just goes back to the original court ruling. that the government has a mandate to make sure that patients have access. So far, they still have not lived up to that. We've got recalls left, right, and center, LPs that are poisoning patients, and regular outages from regular LPs all the time.
So yeah, and so here's what I'm going to say about the Lift Expo. If you wanted to come learn about cannabis, this is not the show for you.
Right. If you're into it for medical purposes, it's not the show.
Yeah, yeah. If you wanted to learn about how to make money and how to make profits and how to be a profiteer in the cannabis industry, this is certainly your expo. But if you are a patient, or if you are someone who's interested in growing for yourself, or if you're interested in actually just even learning anything about the politics or the activism behind this movement, or even the culture is sorely, sorely lacking.
Yep. You're totally right about that.
It makes me sad, but at this point, I'm going to be honest, I'm emotionally exhausted from the 3 that I have been to in the last month. And if I think I'm ready for some boat cruises and some burn it up fests and some puff jams, and I'm heading to the Bio Cup in August. So as depressing and as destitute as I've made it all sound, our culture is not dead. It will continue to grow in other ways. And if you're going to support expos like this, go support the small time ones too.
Yeah, go to the Karma Cup and go to the Green Market and places like that.
Yep.
The grassroots ones that are out there are fantastic. They're more culture based. You're going to get more information from everybody. These ones are more corporate based.
Support your mom and pots. Right?
Mom and pots. Yeah.
Mom and pots.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you so much for the chat, guys. I'm going to give it back over here.
Yeah. Good talking, Tracy.
Okay.
Take care.
Talk to you later, Tracy.
Yeah, I was debating some things. Good talk.
Good. Thank you. Thank you very much, Tracy.
It's a different day.
See, I thought I would come outside and I wouldn't might not see anybody to talk to, but we've had a few people here that Georgia Tunes walked by again. The guys from Dankers were here.
It was quite beautiful to understand that was a mother and son kind of medicating session outside, because they want burnables. We can vaporize inside, but we can't smoke anything, of course. But they came out and medicated, and I've headed back in. So it's to know them, to love them, and to see them together outside, having their break and then going back in for more involvement in their community. It's great.
Hey, Butter.
Great family moment.
But
Yes.
go ahead. You're asking for Butterfly.
Yes.
Hey, Al.
Yes.
You sound like the guy.
Yes.
Star Wars, that Dave guy.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello. Hi. How are you?
Yes,
you
Al.
guys
You're
are breaking up. I will be back. Guys are breaking up in my head here.
You're breaking up.
Okay, well, we're gonna start walking back.
We're breaking up with you, Al.
Yeah, we're gonna break up off this bench and make our way inside for the floor for probably the last hour. Right? What time is it?
It is
5 o'clock. There's an hour left.
5:02.
Yep, 5:02.
Yeah. Okay, now we're not gonna hear about me getting up here. It's almost as bad as getting down.
At least I don't have to do weather reports because it's indoors, right?
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
God, when's summer coming? I just checked the weather.
Yeah, really, man, because there's nothing super nice coming our way, like, no 25s or anything.
No, it's just been kind of coolish. Rainy. Yeah.
So it hasn't been good that way.
Well, I put my outdoor plants out tomorrow, so it better get better.
Yeah, well, like Kim there, a week ago, she was getting snow.
Yeah, and now it's 27 degrees. Go figure.
Yeah. And we're probably sitting at about 18 or 19 here. Down by the lake, eh?
Well, I have mine set to Fahrenheit, for 2 reasons.
Okay.
I'm old school.
About 6
more active.
That's about 66.
65. That's what it is.
Yeah, there you go. See, it was very close.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Make our way inside.
Tomorrow's going to be 71.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I say like about 22. Okay.
Roughly, yeah.
And pass. Thank you. Pass the security. One set. Okay, you can go ahead. Okay, now you have to get a picture down here, don't you? All right. And the lizard. There's more mosaic designs. Yeah.
Yeah, Kim
Yeah, with the
wants
people.
Kim wants a picture of the turtle, don't forget.
Yeah, there might be a lot of people. Oh, sorry. Well, see, this is a giant turtle. We're going to go down here. There's its head.
Yeah, with someone with a cleaning cart on it. Not a good picture.
There's a moose. It's a moose with all the different countries stamped on it. Okay, we'll make our way downstairs. All right. We'll make our way down the first of 3 escalators. Should have a timer on us to see how long it takes. Whoa. There you go. Look at that, eh? You want to stand over here? You can get around her? Oh, it's the frog. Oh. Yeah, there's a turtle right here. See it right there? There's the turtle. Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Well, Kim, she tried.
Hey, Al,
Yep.
you do know you're on the air, right?
No. Yeah, I knew I was on there. That's what I said, right, Kim?
Thanks for trying, Al.
Yeah.
Thanks for trying, Butterfly.
No problem.
Oh, crap.
Dynafem Seeds.
Yeah, they're here. I did an interview with them yesterday.
Oh, there you go. Somebody was asking earlier if there were seed companies here. Now you know we got Dynafem
So-
here.
Do they call themselves Dynafem or Dynafem?
We can go ask them. They
Let's
said they
ask
would
them.
do an interview with you, Al.
Awesome.
Oh, there you go.
That's
Yeah.
my first question.
All right.
They've been a long-standing supporter here in Toronto. They've come to many Treating Yourself Expo.
Yes, they did.
And
They
have a-
are globally feminizing seeds everywhere. I mean, they are selling feminized seeds globally. Wow.
Yes.
Does that sounds very dirty?
Yeah. It's pretty expensive, Al. You can afford it.
Okay.
But I believe they've got a
Brings
deal
me
with an
back-
LP
brings
too,
me
if I'm
back
not
to
mistaken.
Amsterdam.
Couldn't hear either of them. Sorry.
Yeah, they both sort of went out at the same time.
Samalache?
Yes, it is.
Hey!
Boom.
People call it butterfly.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very fascinating. I love it. So we're tethered together. So
Yes.
we keep that focus.
Okay, yes.
Want to talk to Sam? What do you think? No? Yes.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay, all right.
Hello.
Okay, all right. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, let's go.
Hey, Sam. How's it going?
Yeah, we haven't got him yet.
Haven't got him yet?
We're just walking over to him now.
Oh.
Sam who?
Pardon me?
Sam who?
Sam who?
Sam who? Sam Archie.
Ah. Yeah, go get him.
But I'm also trying to
Let him have the mic.
Yeah, well, Butterfly and him are just... Oh.
I've been passing it out, so you're the last ones to get that.
There we
little
go.
bud.
We've
There
got
he
ourselves a
is.
treat for tonight, eh?
kind of crazy. Between patient is totally legal. Nobody got it.
I
Here
don't
you
give
are.
a shit if it is or isn't
I know,
legal.
I
I'm not
know.
charging anybody. I'm giving it to you.
I
You know,
love it. No, I love it.
I'm giving it to you. It's free.
Well, thank you very much.
They have a
Price is right.
free, and
Yeah, yeah. The so we'll throw the headphones on you for. Oh, Sam. Oh wow, holy smokes. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put that.
don't lose it. That's what.
No. Yeah.
I know what you just happened. I know what just happened.
So you got a few minutes? Answer a few questions? Yeah. Okay, I got.
Tell him I'm on here. He'll come sit with you.
Oh yeah. Okay. In your head there, as you know, you've been done this before. There's like 3 or 4 different voices.
3 or 4.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's Ross and Ross Middleton, Al Rapp, Kim Cooper is there. I don't know if Tamara's still with us or not.
Tamara had to step away just for a few minutes, so no, she's not
Hi
with us.
guys. Hey Ross, how are you? Al, Kim.
Good, Sam.
Hey,
Three
Sam,
is
how are
doing.
you,
How are you,
honey?
buddy?
I'm hanging in there,
I'm sitting here moving Kelly and Tim this weekend. That's why I'm home.
Oh, okay. Good for you.
I'm
Nice to
controlling
talk.
everything on my phone.
Great. Hey,
Yeah.
there's nothing better than that.
Nope.
Nice to talk to you again,
How-
Sam. I haven't seen you for so long.
How's your experiment doing, Sam? Tell us about that, would you?
Well, the experiment is finished. This young man in front of me here has got a little sample, and I'm pretty sure that he's going to be able to let you know what it's like. We actually came back. Hydropoc Carriers study went in when they got their volunteer recall was at 0.1 or 0.216. We came in at 0.004.
Wow.
And that's all organic. It's done with LED lights, and it's pretty clean. But I'm pretty sure I'll be able to tell you here in a little while what the cannabis tastes like.
Yeah, I saw your recipe. The post you had posted there, eh? And yeah, I really look forward to this.
So
I've grown that way before myself.
Well,
Is it safe to say that your monster that you built was a success?
Yes, I'd have to say that for the amount of space that was utilized, mind you, okay, it was a study done for a company.
Yes.
You know, and they wanted, for example, the clones to be kicked right over. When I said, look, you need to grow the root mass a little bit, okay? You should do it this way. Oh, no, don't worry about it. I said, well, I am worried about it, you know, because I'm not going to get the yield that I want to get if you take it right from kick, because now the root mass doesn't conform, so I'm not going to get those extra branches that I need, the height that I need. You know,
Can you tell everybody what it is that you did? Because I mean, I've been watching the pictures and that, but other people may not know.
Well, what we've done, basically what I did is built a bacteria that juvenates the dirt. Yeah. And you only have to feed that bacteria once a week, and the rest of it's just water. Okay, so the difference between the MPK and the bacteria building with different types of fermented teas, there's a formula, and there's different formulas that can be used. But you see, the problem here is you're not building a bacteria that's going to create bugs. The only reason bugs actually form is because people's variables are off. Their, humidity levels are off. Their temperatures are off. And so once you get those variables that fluctuate, you're going to end up getting that bacteria problems, like a dead dry spot where the air is not getting to it. So you don't have anything to fight off. But in the dirt, in the formulation of the bacteria, it kills the germ bacteria right in the dirt so that it doesn't get to the plant. So like I said, our pesticide levels came out at 0.004. Just to let everybody know, Health Canada now has structured it to 0.000.
Oh, right to the end.
Right to the end. No residue whatsoever. That's going to be impossible. I don't know how these LPs or anybody's going to be able to, how Health Canada can justify creating a 0.000 for cannabis, but yet they're allowing astronomical amounts for mold, mildew, and pesticides in the foods that we eat.
Yes, they do. And then they
Sorry, I was just going to say that it's different for things that you ingest orally and digest through your digestive system, and then things that you combust and inhale.
Yeah,
right?
But the two difference between your GI tract and your inhalation is two different factors. Now, your GI tract with our immune system and antibodies can fight off. But when you smoke it, it's going directly to your lungs, which is causing for a lot of lung cancer, bronchitis, Tuberculosis is potentially there. So these chemicals that have been being used by not just LPs, guys, don't take me wrong, and I don't mean to be ignorant. It's everybody's using it because we were misled.
Oh, I've known of people in the past that, sprayed their plants because of bugs, and you gotta wonder, what did they end up smoking without realizing?
So imagine, okay, guys, let's do this. Let's get bugs and use Roundup.
Yeah. Oh God, no! I like even pyrethrin.
I'm being sarcastic, right?
Yeah, I know. Obviously,
we already know they're killing the bees, but they want to kill us too.
Yeah.
So Health Canada has to take a better stand and start this mess all over again. Revamp it, relook at it, because I don't want to go to jail for 10 to 14 years for pollock. I mean, people, let's be serious. We got an economy based here that we need that economy. We need jobs. People need to get out there, and with the talent that we have out there in cannabis growing and some of the knowledge, just like what Ross has, he's got talent. He knows more about chemicals and what they can and cannot do it, but he will give you the best advice he can to show you how to grow the cleanest cannabis you can. You're anything that you smoke. Well, I mean, if there's a doctor in this country that's going to say, yeah, it's okay to smoke it, I would recommend that his license be taken away.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
You can inhale it. You can inhale it without combusting it. It's all about combustion, because combustion creates carcinogens and
the carcinogens that are in there already. Because let's face it, guys are using like a steroid enhancers to get bigger buds. Well, the thing is it about bigger, or is it about the quality? Is it about your health, or is it about making more money? So these kind of questions have to be justified in saying that. I need to make more money, but I don't want to get sick at the same time. But you're going to get sick if you're going to smoke with the MPK. There's no doubt about it, because a lot of the problems that, like I said, are the variables. You've got a football field. How are you going to manage that football field? It's impossible. It's impossible.
It's impossible to get it down to like 4/1000th or 1/1,000,000th or whatever the measurement is, like the minute amount that they're not allowing is probably not harmful in any way.
One of the things that they found, and believe this or not, okay, it's all residue. So one of the tests that came back, believe it or not, was nicotine.
Nicotine in cannabis?
When the girls and the guys are clean. Well, yeah, exactly. That's the one that came back at 0.004. And I said, how did this happen? Yeah. Well, because when people are working without plants in there and they're, disinfecting, and the air conditioning guys are having a cigarette, never dawned on me. It never dawned on me, because it had to be disinfected, but the residue was still left in it.
Yep.
Wow.
So if you go to touch a bud and you smoke a cigarette, guess what? That bud now is contaminated in the eyes of Health Canada.
Yep. And you also risk infecting your plant with tobacco mosaic virus.
Yep. Yeah, and the biological testing that they're doing, they do it to the billion. Like, I mean, we're talking about air quality now. We're not talking about, using sprays or anything. We're talking about, we got problems, because if you got to wear the hairnet now, you got to wear the gloves, you got to wear the coats, you got to take them off. I mean, it's very, very strict if you want to grow the cleanest cannabis. Otherwise, you're going to get these little toxins that, if you're smoking, are crucial. But if you convert them to an edible, our bodies can metabolize it.
Yes, that's true. Absolutely. And yeah, as far as I'm concerned, hairnets and lab coats and things like that are essentials. Even if you're a small grower, the last thing I want to see when I pull a bud out of my bag is a hair stuck to it.
Well, a hair stuck to it.
Like just that. I mean, it's just aesthetics. I mean, it's not going to hurt you. It's just like, ooh.
But how many, and with all due respect, and I'm not trying to be ignorant to everybody out there, but how many people do that?
No. Do what? Wear hairnets?
Wear hairnets and gloves and coats, and there's
not enough.
Exactly. So, like, I'm saying, hey guys, I fucked up. I did.
How many people grow with a room that's maybe reverse pressurized, with all filters for intake, so that the air quality is so good, so you don't find a hair?
Well, we did. We had 2 HP hemp filters. We had 2 of them in there.
And it still got through.
Well, yeah, because you see, the thing is, when they call residue, like, I mean, okay, well, I haven't sealed the floors, let's say. People have walked in there with dirty shoes. Yeah, you sweep it out. It looks clean. But we're talking about microbiology to the billions. I mean, God, okay, you know what? If you're asking me to breathe, what air am I breathing in? Yeah. Okay, what about the chem streams that happen? What about the people walking in, like I said, that do smoke a joint or do smoke cigarettes, and they touch that bud on their clothes? Like not every guy. You go upstairs and you're a basement dweller, and you go upstairs, have dinner, come back downstairs. Well, all that food and everything that was on your clothes is going to be in the room.
That's right.
So now people have to be retrained to grow what they would call to their style, but it's over and beyond, because, guys, here's my theory. What about the foods we're eating?
What's in the food? Actually, there's a show coming up on CBC about the dirty food.
Yep, the dirty food is coming up. So, are we the standards that Health Canada is promoting, I got to be honest, I feel sorry for the LPs. I really do. I sympathize with them, because us as home growers, we're going to grow it any way we want anyways. We're not bound by those restrictions. The LPs are. So a lot of these guys are probably going to be out of business. And what's going to happen is, if the people out there that are listening, if you're buying from a licensed producer, and if you need to get your cannabis tested, I need 55 grams to test it, and you can find out if that LP is producing.
Really, eh? So you have access to testing equipment, I guess, and all that.
Yeah, I got my own unregistered.
Right. Yeah.
I don't have $1 million to play with Health Canada's game and weighing. There's equipment that gets tested, and I do my best to see what there is. Now, I'm a firm believer, because I'm all edibles anyways. I'm about edibles. I don't smoke. I'm about edibles. But I like a good organic. And
yes.
Nice and sweet and tasting, no burning of the throat, a whole different concept of what you want as remedies for the pain. Not you want to get high, that's easy. I'll knock you out if I have to. It's easy. With the oils, with the different remedies that are out there to make products with. So this is where, when you extract it, you are actually burning off those bacteria.
Extractions of themselves. With
the extractions, what I have a problem with is the shatter. Okay, the problem that I have with the shatter is, like, people, everybody can turn around and make shatter, but if you're not testing it, you leave 3-4% butane in there, what's going to happen is your lungs now, the fluid in your lungs start to crystallize.
And that's not good at all.
Well, let's face it. If they start to crystallize, eventually one day you're going to take that nice big blast. You're not going to be able to breathe, because it's frozen now.
Wow, really?
A lot of today's shatter is not being made with BHO. It's being made with CO2.
Well, not all of it, Kim. I mean, there's different. There's butane, hexane, propane. There's different methods that are being used. People say, "Oh yeah, I used a critical food extractor." Well, how many people have $150,000? There's no little just machine that you can buy. You got a 1 liter that's going to cost you $100,000. So some of the extracts, I'm not saying all, Kim. They are. CO2 is your best, but it's still a gas. So, like, the people that are, Kim, it's not like you and me. We don't know everybody out there, and what they're doing in their kitchens, in their bathrooms. And no disrespect, Kim, but CO2 is your best extraction. But then I look at it this way, guys. Why extract it? Why use the deoxylizing? Because it's bad enough we're buying pasteurized milk. Why buy pasteurized cannabis?
Yeah, that's right. Yes, he's got a point there, doesn't he?
I see your point, Sam, but I know for me personally, if it weren't for distillate, I would have to consume such vast amounts of flowers that I would be dying from choking from the smoke.
Exactly. No, Kim, you're right. You're right. I'm just saying there's a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it. If you notice, you're not going to get a distillate that comes back 100%, are you? So when you check it out, even with any of the companies that are out there selling it now, look at their ratios. If that 2 or 3%, that means there's a solvent in there somewhere. So it's that 2 or 3%, Kim. Like I look, what I find the shatter not good for? Cluster headaches and to reboot your computer. in your head for that 10. That's what I call it. That 5 to 10 seconds of not knowing where you are, not knowing your name. I mean, my ears ring. It's not like I've never tried it. We developed it at the farm years ago.
I can remember my first tries.
And so it's like you're, like I said, your ears ring, your head spins, and then 5 seconds later, you know your name again. But that's what I call overamping the endocannabinoid system. That's all. And then you come back to normal. But it's like what everybody's not doing, Kim, is like we not everybody has the means. And that's the understanding. Go get it tested. And it's a lot of people out there that are taking advantage of, people that don't have a lot of money, but yet again, they're selling to dispensaries without being tested. Like right now, it's become a health issue.
Oh, absolutely. You've got to have a good product for sure. I think there are a few companies out there that have exceptional products, and those are the ones that I usually recommend and stick to. But for every one that's good, there are 1,000 that aren't.
It's beautiful. Thank you, Kim, for recognizing that, because that's what's going on. Like, I mean, it doesn't take much to go get some butane, does it? These guys don't have ovens. They can't debox. They don't. They just say, hey, check it out. Next thing you know, you go to have a token, it's like you can't breathe. If it's never happened to you yet, when it does, you'll know exactly what I mean.
Yeah, for sure. No, I agree.
Oh, yeah, because there was a lot of the backyard people.
Sure, yeah. But then again, you see, growing, you got to grow the cannabis first. So the idea is to grow the best and cleanest possible cannabis you can. Chances are you have to. From that point on, okay, if you've got pesticides in that product, that's going to end up in the shatter, the oil, if it's not cooked at the right temperatures, if it's not done properly. And that means one of these days, Kim, you might get something that's tainted that way, and it might hurt you. Because I love you and I don't want you to see anything happen to you, you've got enough issues going on with your life. Most of us do. But, there's no point in getting hurt. Now, there's people like, the Pace Radio, everybody there. We're all about saving people's lives, not hurting them.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. So saving their lives and getting them education and knowledge that everybody's looking for.
That's right. We all want a safe product, and you're absolutely right, Sam. It all starts with your beginning product. The flowers that you're starting with, the very first thing that you're starting with, that's what you have to have. That make sure it's clean and a clear product. Otherwise, all products all the way down the line are tainted.
Yep.
Well, they're going to be tainted, but think about it, guys. If Health Canada is going to go at this style that they're going at now, with like zero biology, there's not going to be any cannabis that anybody's going to be able to produce that's going to meet those regulations. So now what I want to ask out there, and if people are interested or not, if they're interested in following a study with the vegetables that are in our grocery stores compared to the studies from cannabis.
See what kind of pesticide is on that.
And we're eating it.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And the small growers that are growing at home, as far as lab coats and all of that stuff is
it's not happening.
What about the outdoor growers? I mean, what are those plants exposed to?
Those plants are exposed to, for example, all the chemstreams, all the pollution, all the gas, the carbon monoxide that's coming out of exhaust fumes. That's going into the cannabis. And I've got a building, and we came out like, oh no, you've got a lot of bacteria in the air.
Yeah. Whereas
when there's no way in hell that an outdoor grow would ever pass that.
Never. It's going to be impossible. So now the international market, whether it's from Morocco, India, Uruguay, they're growing outdoor. They don't have $30 million sanitary buildings. And then to meet the regulations that our Canada's promoting, you will never, ever be able to import that product into Canada. I bet you what's going to happen here within the next 5 to 10 years is going to be edibles.
Yeah. Once they release the information on them, I can see them just taking it right off.
Yeah, they're just giving everybody not smoke. Yeah.
Right now, they're not allowing any edibles.
No,
right now they're stopping and talking about the fact that even in Vancouver, any of the dispensaries, anywhere across this country, edibles are being chopped down in half. You're not allowed to have
half. Look, the Smith case took 6 years. And there has been nothing.
We should be able to have no problem with extracting or having edibles. That case was one. And why are we still having to deal with them telling us what we can and can't do when it comes to edibles?
What,
you can't go on, bakery or anything.
You can under the Smith. If you are a cannabis, a person with a permit, whether it's Section 1 or Section 2, you're allowed to make edibles. You're allowed to make extracts. You're allowed to do all
it
that
for yourself. Yeah.
But all they're saying is that you can't sell it because it's not controlled.
Right.
They want it. They want a certain number of milliliters, per milligrams per milliliters or whatever, and they don't want you to sell it.
Okay, their standards.
Regulatory standards, right?
Their standards.
That's as a bakery, as a regular bakery running, like there's standards set for making bread and whatever you have at a regular bakery, right? The same person's health standards, your food safe standards, all that stuff should be put into consideration, as well as the testing for the cannabis that's going into the baking. There should be a no-brainer on that.
My question, where are the standards? It's been going on 3 years now.
I'll tell you where
no rules, no regulations, no standards, because they don't want it, because they know that that's the way you're going to heal people through edibles, not smoking.
You know where the standards are, Sam? They are in Colorado. They're in Oregon. They're in California. Okay, they know that 30 milligrams per milliliter or 30 milliliters per milligram, however, whatever they call it, they've got it defined down to a dose. And if you keep to that standard, you won't overdose by taking one standard dose. If that's not enough for you, you can take a second dose or a third dose or a fourth dose. But they get it down to a number of micrograms or whatever it is per dose. And it's easy. All they got to do is set that standard.
But they haven't, and that's the whole point.
I know, that's the thing.
Just like the Stepopoulos case done in 204, that 208 it came out for a proper dispensing model, let's say. Where's the proper dispensing model? Canada Post is not a proper dispensing model because half of the products getting stolen by postal people. Guys, I think the biggest problem that's happened here, and I'm not trying to be ignorant, and I don't mean any disrespect to anybody, but this all started out for medical purposes. Now we're dealing with a controversial medical versus recreational. So can we try and change the wording to, instead of recreational, let's change it to cannabis for preventative purposes? How's that?
Sounds great.
Sounds good.
Well, I mean, every time you consume it, you're helping your body. You're helping your endocannabinoid system reboot itself, and you're giving yourself some benefit. So, I mean, it makes sense. I've always said, I've never liked the word recreational myself. I always use medicinal or non-medicinal use. But that's my choice.
Yeah, but that's true. And anybody can consume it any way they like. That's their option. That's our choice. That's our call. So, it's now come to the point where, smoke at own risk. Nobody wants to take responsibility because smoking anything, and not for what it's worth, Kim, but I'm pretty sure most of you know now, I'm a naturopathic doctor now. I do have my license finally. And let me tell you, what I've learned is nobody should be smoking anything in their lungs. So I'm waiting to approach some medical doctors to ask them their theory about smoking cannabis and where the research is to show that we should be able to smoke it.
Most of the doctors I deal with don't like you to smoke it at all. In fact, I always tell patients when they're talking to the doctor not to bring up smoking, that you want to do everything but smoke it.
Right.
Well, and if you are going to consume through inhalation, then it should be vaporization.
Exactly. When I say smoking, I'm talking about combustion, not vapor.
Yep. Right. We know what vaping does. We know what a joint does. We know what a bong does. Yeah, we do. We do, because we're all consumers. Okay, what is the best for each and every one of us? That is to be determined by the person whose choice they want to smoke it with. So if you're going to smoke it, so let's ask Dr. Mark Weir, who's here at the conference, to say, so you're recommending, my question to him is, so you're recommending people smoke it?
The study was based on people smoking.
Well,
what happened?
That was the government stand, right? Even when they were prescribing it to children and we weren't allowed and we were fighting Smith for extracts and everything, that was the government stand. That little kids that were prescribed, we were supposed to smoke a joint with them?
Yeah, but you see, just like it is, our body can, and for what it's worth, our body can metabolize the mold, the mildew, our autoimmune system, our antibody system. We can fight that off. That's in the foods that we're eating, yes. Now, when you smoke it, it remains in your lungs. You're looking at tuberculosis. You're looking at lung cancer. You're looking at ailments with these pesticides that are in it and these carcinogenics that are in it because no one's really thought about it. Hey, guess what? It's burning at a certain temperature. Why as well just be standing beside a bag of plastic while it's burning?
Sucking that plastic bag right in your lungs, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like I see, there's some smoking devices that are really small, and the person will use a lighter, and it's as if they just might as well open that lighter and stick it in their mouth without lighting it and suck the gases out.
Doesn't that lighter have butane in it, or some kind of a fluid? Yeah. Okay, it's not just a sulfur match anymore. It's just a lighter that's got some kind of fluid that causes a flame. Well, that flame has got a toxicity to it. So no one's ever discussed toxicities. So NPK is a commercial fertilizer grower where cannabis for medical purposes should be grown strictly with organic means. Okay, and then from there, sorry, go ahead.
No, absolutely, you're 100% organic.
Oh, yes. It's, I know for myself, it was something I had to learn.
So what I'm trying to do now is set a standard, is what I'm saying should be a standard. So that all the LP... Okay.
Sam. All the equipment in that building, sir. She goes, we'll renovate, we'll do a fucking thing, you're gonna vaporize the back, we'll have the fucking clinic, we'll have the fucking rocket here in the front.
Tamara didn't know she was unmuted.
Oh, okay. All right. Sam and I are looking at each other going,
Is that voice? Where'd that sweet voice come from?
She's messaging me now.
Oh, okay, good.
So there's a lot to...
She's sorry.
No, there's nothing to be sorry about. Tamara, you're a sweetheart. If there's anything that has to be, that I've recognized over all these years now, is that cannabis should be grown organically. I mean, let's face it, guys, we're all new to a lot of this. This is like, hey, come on. Really, we didn't know. I mean, I'm not ignorant enough to say I didn't know. I didn't know. I really, really didn't know until a little while back that, like, oh my God, and then I got into organic growing, which is a whole different, and I mean, okay, so you don't get the yield. What do I want the yield for? To sell it? No, I don't want to sell it. No. I don't want to sell it.
For better quality.
That's a whole different ball of wax. You want to get into selling your dope and you get busted, that's your problem. Don't come to me. Everybody, this is two of the things that are happening. One is that people are growing it with whatever means they can and then selling it off to people, not knowing what it is, not knowing that they're getting sick. So it's not just the LPs that are giving you tainted crap. It's coming out of the goddamn dispensaries too. Sorry to be blunt.
No, hey, I don't disagree with you. And, there was that report in the Globe and Mail that said a third of them.
Okay, so now we can sue an LP. So if we go to a dispensary, who do we sue? We got no protection, no insurance, no corporation. Oh, I'm going to sue Mark Emery. And then what? Get a bunch of people mad because I sued Mark Emery for selling tainted dope? Sorry, people, I'll sue him or anybody else you're trying to kill me.
Yeah, well, you got a point. So that's for sure. It's, it's if you're dealing with people's health and, selling dirty cannabis isn't one way of improving anybody's health.
It's not. It's not conducive to turning around and making sure just for the buck to hurt somebody directly or indirectly, whether you have the knowledge or not. So like, I'm planning to post up, like, for example, I want to get minivans. I want to put chromatographer meters in there, testing equipment. They'll come to your house and test it for $200 instead of $1,800, $1,500, just to see the quality that you're growing.
And they'll be able to test not only THC and CBD, but also,
pesticides and what bacteria are in it. So when you burn it, the problem is here, guys, it's when you burn it, just like a cigarette. It's not going to harm you until you light it up, right? So that's the problem. So now we know what cigarettes do. So now they're trying to do, they're trying not to do the same thing. They're trying to set up, from what information I got, they're trying to set a standard for the international market that's coming.
they're looking way down the road. They want to, yeah.
That's right.
Well, he kept saying on the campaign trail that we gotta make sure we get it right. So,
So, because the international market, you got to remember, look at Morocco, look at India, look at Colombia. These guys are going to be able to do mountain fields of it. Like they're going to be producing hundreds of tons of cannabis. And then Canada sets their regulations. And this is why when people say to me, Colorado, Washington, it don't make any sense to me because I live in Canada. I'm not interested what model I want to know our model. What we're doing here for our 34 million people, not the 325 million live in Colorado in the States. That's a whole different ballgame. Let Trump worry about that.
But that's what they're doing. They're looking at them. That's what they're looking at. That's just what they're doing. I'm not endorsing it. I'm just saying that's what they're doing.
Yeah, they'll pick what they want out of. They go to several states that have it, and then pick what they want out of.
Yep, and granted, and we know where it's going to go. Eventually, what it's going to go. You're going to get dispensaries just LP products in there. We know that already. But it's for us, the people, to stand up and say, hey, that's not what we want. It's us, the people, that have to either unite for a change instead of this, this guy's got that opinion, you've got this opinion, they've got that opinion. So we got a whole country here that's divided, and we can't even organize ourselves properly. Because who wants, I'm the one who did this, and I'm the one who did that. Just like now what's going on.
That's been our major big issue throughout all of this, Sam, isn't it? Is the unity and division, lack of unity.
It's the strife and division that comes within the family because of the egos. Oh, I started this. I did that. I. It's not about I. It's about the millions of people out there that need this product. Okay? It's not about, I changed the world. If you think you're going to change the world, then go to fuck ahead, because it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
It's going to take more than one person to do this.
Oh, God, yeah. No, it's going to take everybody. Just one cause. One cause. When I've been talking about a royal commission is only there to show. Tracy. A royal commission is only there, and I know a lot of people don't know about it, but a royal commission can find guilt. It can find fault. And so the questions and the answers that we need, we can do that through a commission, because we can't keep on going to court and giving lawyers millions of dollars that we don't have. I know it sounds a little bit far-fetched to everybody because they don't know what a royal commission is, but a royal commission, like I'm saying genocide, I'm saying money laundering, I'm saying political favoritism. So if I can prove just political favoritism, I got 40 LPs and they're all politicians. Not one of them knows about pot.
Yeah, politicians are law enforcement. You look at that, that's just crazy.
It's insane. So, the craft grower can't get in, even to be a subcontractor to the LP.
Wow.
Just a subcontractor, if that's the case. Because let's face it, guys, they're going out there and they're taking over control. When I hear 10, 14 years of potential prison, you know what? I'm out of the industry and I'm going to move to Europe and work over there. It's a lot more fun. I don't want to walk on eggshells anymore, and I'm not going to go to prison for pot.
You're going to go someplace where you can do it. Yeah.
I mean, it's getting to the point where, I just want to open up a first cancer clinic, and if anybody wants to get treated for cancer, come on in. And whose right is that? Do you remember Henry Morgentaler opened up the first abortion clinic?
That's right.
Well, why not open up the first cancer clinic?
And using cannabis.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Sam. I know, man. This has been great. You've been.
Thank you, Ross.
Bye, Sam.
Take care, guys.
Bye, Sam.
Take care.
Have a good one.
Okay, there we
See
go.
you, honey. Talk to you later.
Okay, there you go. There goes Sam. That was good. Enjoyed that.
He certainly got a lot of spirit.
Sure does.
Well, guys, I'm going to sign off and say goodnight.
Okay, Kim, you have a good one.
Okay, you guys have a great, enjoy the rest of Lyft. I enjoyed being here with you all today. It was almost like being there. I did miss being there, but I'll be back again for the next one.
Thanks, Sam. Okay, there we go.
See you, Kim.
We got 15 minutes.
Okay, and I'm just signed off, Al, so I'll catch you guys later. Enjoy the
Okay,
rest
see you
of
later. Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, there you go. Yeah, we're still on the air there. I got your headphones. It's it's amazing. Like we never even there's a lot of spots like rows we never even got to today.
Grows?
Like rows of where vendors are, aisles. We never even got down them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to see what was down there.
That's because you've been sitting out in the smoking area.
Well, no, we went out there at 4:20.
Oh, okay. Are you back in the building now?
Yeah. We started. It was like
okay. We were supposed to find out whether Dynafem calls them Dynafem.
Right. Yeah. Well, we ran into Sam.
Right.
So,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Kibosh.
Yeah. So, there's had that. Okay, we've made our way inside. Dynafem. Sure, it was. Whoa.
And I still want to know who the fuck bought Crop King.
Well, everybody's asking that question. They won't say. I don't think you're ever going to know the actual owner.
And I want to know what kind of deal Dynafem made with the LP.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they did. Just so you know.
Oh, Dynafem. Yeah, they sell theirs with too. I believe I've seen that for Tweed.
Oh, is it Tweed? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not like they went, oh, yeah, they did.
Oh, this is Eden. This is...
Hey, Al?
Okay. Yes. Hi, Al.
What time are we going till, buddy?
This is done at 6.
6.
This is done at 6. All right. So...
Okay. So we got like 15 minutes, 10 minutes.
All right. Cool. And then we'll sign off and everything.
Yeah. It's pistachio.
I think Al's had one too many dabs.
Yeah, it's mad dash right now.
We're trying to get there.
Where are we trying to get to?
Dyna seeds, right?
Hey,
Dynafem.
Dynafem. Okay, let's go this way. Okay, we're joined together here, so we sort of look funny twisting around here.
Might have missed it.
Think so? There was quite a few people went out. I've seen leave, but there's still, still gotta watch yourself in here. Yeah, we did. There was Tracy Lamari. That's who Sam yelled at, but she had to get in here. Oh, yes, that's them. That's them. There you go. The 15-minute announcement.
What was that, Al?
What's that?
Well, you found somebody else to talk to?
They just got the 15.
TY Expo. Yeah, we got 10 minutes here. Would somebody be interested in talking to us live on the radio about Dynafem? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll answer that on the air. So I got a set of headphones here because I've got 4 other people that are with me, and they're in anywhere from Nova Scotia to BC. So you'll get questions from them. This is lifestyleradio.net. It's an online radio show. The one of the Expo. Yeah. Pardon me. We have. We're not connected to the Expo. No. Yeah. We've got permission to come in here and do this. Yeah. So. Oh, hang on. I'm gonna have to come around to the side here. I'm a little short on cable. Okay, guys. A second. There we go. Okay. All right. I've got other people on the headset. We're here from Ross Middleton. He's a business owner who deals with seeds as well. Hey, Ross.
Hi. How's it going?
Hello. How's it going? It's going all right.
And there's Al Rapp from Lifestyle Radio. I believe there's Tamara Cartwright. She's out in BC. Tamara. Well, yeah, there's Al. Go ahead, Ross. He's got some questions for you. He owns a business hydroponic.
We sell your seeds in our store, and I get people all the time. Some people are calling you Dynafem, some people are calling you Dynafem. Which one is it?
It depends of who's pronouncing it. I always say Dinafem. At the end, the name is Dynamized Feminized Seeds. So I think that in Canada you say Dynafem.
Well, yeah.
But we Spanish people say Dinafem. I have someone here. How would you pronounce Dynafem or Dinafem?
Dynafem.
Well, we go for Dynafem in Canada then.
we have.
It's kind of like calling Paris Paris instead of Paris, right?
Well, I guess
they're both the same place. It's just a language difference then, right?
So as far as your seeds, there's not too many seed companies here, is it?
No, I don't think so. There are some distributors, but not that many seeds companies. There are many companies for vaporizing, trimming machines, greenhouses growing, but not that many seeds company, I think.
No. Now, as far as is all your product feminized, or is there a mixture of? Do you have a choice of regular seeds?
No, we only sell feminized seeds. That's why we call Dynafem.
Okay. Hey, okay. Easy now.
She just said Dynafem.
It's been a long day. Been here since 11.
So can you tell us at all about the work that you're doing with some of the commercial producers here in Canada?
At the moment, we are in a partnership with 7 Acres from Supreme. So they're working with our genetics, and they're growing them in the greenhouse. Is the only producer we're working with at the moment, and we'll see what happened. They're still not selling them the marijuana they're growing, but hopefully they will next year.
Did you have to get regulatory approval from Health Canada to do that, or is it just something you kind of did?
No, they did that. We didn't, but they have the license that they need to do it.
So they got the import license, and they basically import the seeds and then grow them.
Well, they have some clone of us. They're not properly importing seeds because we cannot do it right now. So they have the clones, and they're working with that.
Okay, I see. So they're not actually sprouting and growing feminized seeds. They're just taking mother plants and making cuttings?
That's it. That's what they're doing. Yep.
Okay. So, but it's your genetics.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. I gotcha. All right. Well, that now I understand that better, because I wasn't sure how that worked, because, seeds weren't completely legal to import, and there they are working with a licensed producer, and I'm thinking to myself, well, how the hell does this work? That makes sense.
Yeah. That's how it worked.
Okay.
Yeah, because you saw that recent the issues there at Kingston 420. That's importing the seeds, and with the license be doing the same thing. But like I said, it's just all clones.
Yeah, they have the mother plants.
Right. Let's see. What else? We got anything new and exciting coming that you?
Exciting this year. Even if we cannot sell any seeds in Canada at the moment, and we're not importing any, we have a very interesting CBD catalog this year. Our breeders have been working very hard to have a strain pure CBD, which is called Dynamite CBD. We launched it in January or February, I think, and we also have 6 more strains ratio 1:1. So then that we're trying to make the most famous strains that we got available to everyone, even if they not use to be consuming cannabis. With the CBD on the strains, they would be able and not get properly stoned. So it would be an easy consuming. And they are also autoflowerings. So even if you don't have a big experience as grower, it would be easy to take a seed from us and grow it at your home with not a big knowledge about it.
Yeah. Now, is there, there was like always a race for the most seed, who could get seeds that produce the most THC. Is that happening with the CBD, where breeders are trying to get those numbers high?
Yeah, it could happen. I have to say that in our catalog, we have some strains with very high THC. We would say the Amnesia, the original Amnesia, or the Moby Dick. They're high THC, but we also have high CBD. So what we try with our catalog is to offer everything that any consumer will need. No matter if you're looking for high THC, we can offer it to you. If you're looking for high CBD as well. But it's true that in the last years, because of the discoveries around the CBD and all the properties that it can have for medical purposes, we've been working hard on it to be able to offer that kind of strength.
There you go. There you go. Well, it's good to know that more research and getting those numbers up is also a benefit. Have you guys got any questions here before this place goes down on us?
Nope, I'm good. I got.
You're good.
I think I'm going to call it Dynafem.
Dynafem. There you go. All right. Super. Well, thanks a lot. And I'll give you my card here in a second. Okay. There you go, guys.
Thank you.
Rage from Dynafem. You weren't here for the TY Expo, right? No.
It's
Yeah.
my first Expo in Canada.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thank you for being here.
There you go.
Okay,
That's my card. LifestyleRadio.ca. And after live broadcast is done, it'll be posted online, so you'll be able to hear afterwards. Right. Yes. You'll be in part 2.
Okay.
Okay. You're welcome. Thank you. There you go. You heard it. It's done.
There you go. Right from the horse's mouth. Now I know.
Now you know the great mystery is over.
Well, there's still some other mysteries, but that's okay. I'll keep them to myself.
Okay, looks like we're trying to beeline it to the Vapor Lounge, I think. I don't know if we'll have time to pull out anything to vape.
You only got 5 minutes left.
You only got 5 minutes is what I'm hearing. Yeah, they got some tomatoes growing over there. There you go. They got plants here. Tomato plants.
They're hard to keep. They're hard as hell to keep lit.
You know, this vape lounge is sort of pretty easy to find. If you can't look up and see the banner over top of it, you can always follow the footprints that they have stuck to the floor.
Oh, is that what they were? I saw the picture. I thought, what the hell is that?
Yeah. Oh, look at that. They've got the door closed.
Oh.
Yeah, they don't want any more people to come in because they're going to try to close.
Yeah. Well, the security guys with the billy clubs are going to come out and start, herding you out. So.
Yeah. Exactly.
So Canadians, Live Cannabis Expo coming to an end for today. I don't think they'll do a virtual reality tour, but they had a virtual reality booth here. I'm going to tomorrow.
Well, yeah.
Well, it's been a long day. We learned a lot.
Yes.
And
we never even got. There's so much more to cover.
Oh yeah.
As far as size wise. We found our scientists.
We'll do another show. We'll do another show another day where we can talk about all kinds of other stuff.
Oh,
all those other questions.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, virtual reality, right here. So this is, I don't know what this is virtual reality, but I don't know what the setup's all about. I guess you stand in front of this box here and you see, can we see, we'll go around the other side.
So, Al.
Yes.
Are we ready to wrap it up?
Yes.
Let's wrap it up.
I'd say we're ready to wrap her up. They're going to announce for us to get out of here.
Yep. The pizza's on its way, so.
Pizza's on its way, is it?
Yeah. As I get home, and then we'll have a listen and blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. We should just
grateful for the day today with you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Butterfly. It was a slice.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something that I find very enjoyable going around and talking to people about the different things that they do.
Yes.
And you get to meet people, eh? So
networking.
Networking.
That's what this is all about.
Yeah, it's total networking.
Different perspective now.
Yep.
Legalization coming.
Yep.
I have logged myself into the server again, and I'm going to line everything up, and we can say nighty boos.
Okay, Butterfly's waving good night.
Good night, Butterfly. Good night, Al. Good night, Al.
Good night, Ross.
Good night, Marcel, wherever you are.
Talk to you soon, Al.
Tim's already sleeping.
Okay, all right. Well, I guess basically we're reporting from the Toronto Lift Expo in the southern building.
Basically.
Buried in